I mean, Baku is a long way to go for at any point, but when you've lost an important game like that, when you have to take such a long flight back, what is it like on the flight? And what just can you tell us some of what it felt like on the flight and what the players were doing and the feeling on the flight?
But nobody was talking. It was a long flight, really silence. Maybe the worst flight I ever had. But yeah, after when you lose a final, it's really hard to try to talk with someone or to laugh. And obviously, everybody was disappointed.
Do you feel that the players who are at the club then still got that, can use that as a motivation on Saturday, that kind of upset and the anger?
But hopefully for everyone, yes, they will. They didn't forget the final last season, but everybody has to find their own motivation for this game, if about the past or the future, or just because they want to win this game. So I don't really care why they want to win, but at least if normally everybody wants to win.
Obviously, I know you're obviously very friendly with Auba. Can you explain how important he is for the club to keep and why the club must keep him beyond perhaps his goals? Obviously, we can all see his goals, but can you tell us why it's so important to keep Auba?
I think it's obvious. He scored 44 games in the league the last 2 seasons. He's, I think, the best record in the club for the quicker goals in the less games. I think is this. He's as well our captain. Everybody like him. He had the love from the fans. So I think it's obvious Arsenal should keep him. But after, this is a conversation between him and the club, and we are not involved about this.
Do you, as a group of players, would you speak to him about it and say we would like you to stay, or is it everyone do their own thing?
No, I would say everyone do their own thing. Me, I used to talk with him a lot at the beginning when we come back of lockdown, but since really we don't really talk. I just know him gonna say something to me before the press will know, but that's it.
Okay, Gary.
Can I ask you one question about? Sorry, Dan. Can I ask about the game in January, Lacazette? Obviously, you played where you went down to 10 men, and that seemed to everyone outside to be quite sort of pivotal for Mikel, because it was a first point. Earlier in the season, perhaps you would have crumbled, but it's the first time you sort of thought actually the team had some backbone. Can you maybe tell us what it was like after that and what it felt like to go off the pitch and to see perhaps the faces on Chelsea's players, that their faces, and to see when they'd lost such an important game for them, they drew an important game for them?
I didn't really see their face because I was more focused about the draw we had at the last minute and the way the game was. So I was more happy with my teammates than watch them.
But was there anything you can remember from the dressing room, the Arsenal dressing room?
Yeah, we were happy. Of course, we were happy. I think we created a bit of strength that day because we were 10 against 11 in Stamford Bridge. It's always hard to play there, and we stay together. So I think that day we create something.
Thank you, Laka.
Okay, now Be In Sport and Carrie Brown.
I'll unmute myself, shall I? Hello, Laka, how are you?
Hi.
Good to see you again. I want to look at that remarkable semi-final performance, and particularly that 18-pass goal we all witnessed. Just before that, Mikel Arteta had asked Ainsley just to move a little bit into the field because he was sort of hugging the touchline, because then it allowed Tierney to start really go forward. He just seems to have both a knowledge of how to play this game, but an instinct of correcting things to the minutiae of detail. Is he the real deal?
Yeah, we worked a lot on Manchester City the days before. obviously he knows City very well because he used to be the assistant of their manager. And that day we worked together, we suffered together. We were lucky as well because they have many chances. But at the end, we are happy because we won that game.
You've talked about goals being important, but when you came to this club, you'd admired Arsenal from afar. Do you take as much enjoyment in team goals like that as you do scoring them?
Yeah, I'm still happy because at the end we score a goal. It's really, really beautiful goal, and I was involved as well, so obviously I can be happy.
Okay. And I want to talk to you for the opening goal, that lovely pass between you and Kieran Tierney. In your mind, he's only actually started 19 games in all competitions for Arsenal. How long does it feel for you that he's been playing for Arsenal Football Club?
Yeah, it looks like he played more with us, but I know he was injured with his shoulder, so that's why he missed a lot of games in the season. And we talk a lot with Kieran because he's a good player. He really needs the confidence of everyone. So I try to make him as much comfortable in the team as possible. And that pass is really the kind of pass I like when he does, and I was happy to receive it.
You talk about your friendship with Auba. What would it mean for you to climb those famous Wembley steps and to have that iconic photo of you both together lifting a trophy? It would be the 14th in this competition. You'd be joining those greats, the names of Bergkamp, Wright. What would that all mean to you?
Yeah, it means a lot because it's a trophy, and when you play with your teammates and your friends, you always want to win. And this season we have the chance to play the final in Wembley, even if the fans are not here, but we still want to win.
And also, I want to take you back to your last game against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. And you were having quite a tussle with Jorginho. He was a bit of a handful. In fact, he pulled you down. He then went and pulled down Torreira, and he didn't get sent off, just the one yellow, and then went to help them score after he didn't get a yellow for pulling down Torreira. Adama Traore spoke the other day about using baby oil on his arms to avoid being pulled down. Any certain tactics for Arsenal with Jorginho this weekend?
Not really. We don't play basically against one player. It's about a team was a lot of quality, a lot of good players, and so there is nothing against Jorginho.
We've seen a lot of team talks because of the new media, and we see documentaries. We saw how Pep Guardiola passionately addressed his side. We've seen leaks of Jose Mourinho's rather expletive team talk. Can you give us an idea of where Mikel Arteta sits in those, and what he said to you as you went out to face Manchester City, Pep Guardiola's men?
He was really happy. He was really proud of us, and I think proud of him because his plan worked. But yeah, there is nothing else to say. What you can see on the pitch is the same as we can see on the dressing room.
Okay, Carrie?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, James Ollie from ESPN USA.
Alex, hello. I know you sort of talked a little bit about trophies already, but I just wondered, how important are trophies to you at this stage of your career in particular? You're 29 years old, just looking back through, you've got the Community Shield, but the last kind of major trophy you won was still in 2012 with Lyon. Is that a sort of source of frustration with you that you've not got more trophies sort of already in the bank by now?
Yeah, a bit, but I'm still happy about my career because I play for Lyon, my club since I'm a children. I play in Arsenal, my dream club in UK. So I'm still happy about my career, but obviously I would love to win more trophies, and this one's gonna help me to be more happy in my Arsenal journey.
Is it a particular target of yours though for the rest of your career from this point on? I know everybody wants to win trophies, but are you particularly driven by that because you probably would have expected to have won more than you have by now?
Not 100%. I would say, yeah, I want to win trophy. I want to be in a team who can compete to win trophy. But the most important is to be happy every day. I think this is the thing what I want the most.
It's sort of been said in recent years that there's maybe a bit of a psychological barrier for Arsenal to overcome against the big teams. But do you think, having beaten Liverpool and Manchester City recently, you're maybe finding a way past that now, and it won't be as big a problem against Chelsea this weekend?
I don't know. We're gonna know. I would say it's gonna help us for this game because we knew we can do it. But every game is different, and hopefully we're gonna do the same against Chelsea.
Okay, James, we're running a little bit out of time now, so we've got to move on. So if we can move on to Gary Fintoff from BBC Radio, please.
Hi, Alex.
Hi.
Now, if my research is correct, your first ever appearance for Arsenal was against Chelsea at Wembley. Thinking back 3 years, what were your reflections at the end of that game, and how does it feel to be going back 3 years on from that match?
Yeah, that game we won by penalty. I was happy because it was my first official game for Arsenal in Wembley. Stadium was full. I was discovering English football, so everything was amazing that day for me.
And did you think that would be the first of many visits to Wembley Stadium over the coming years?
No, I didn't know that I would go that many times in Wembley. I hoped, but I didn't know, obviously, and I'm happy to come every time to Wembley because it means we are far in competition.
Is it right you have never scored a goal in the FA Cup? And if that is correct, how much would you like to score your first this weekend?
I didn't know, but yeah. So that means it's really important for me to score this weekend.
It would be a great time to get your first FA Cup goal, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it will be the perfect time. And obviously, if I score and we win, this is the best thing. But the most important thing is going to be to win the trophy.
Just finally from me, obviously no fans inside the stadium. I'm sure you've sort of got used to that over the last few weeks. But will it mean anything in terms of your feeling were you to win the trophy?
Yeah, obviously, if the fans are not there, it's going to be a bit weird. But we know they are following us in all over the world, in all over London, North London, most of them. So we want to win for the club and for them as well.
Thanks, Alex.
Thanks, Gary. Now on to Alex Crook from TalkSport.
Great stuff. Hi, Alex. Nice to meet you.
Hi.
You're going to be up against Olivier Giroud, obviously, in this final. Are you good friends? Have you spoken to him in the build-up to the game at all?
No, we didn't spoke. Last time I spoke with him was in Stamford Bridge game away in the league, but we didn't spoke since. We're gonna see each other in the stadium.
Because he has an amazing knack of always seeming to score at Wembley. Is that going to be part of the Arsenal game plan to try and stop him being the Wembley lucky omen again?
Yeah, I hope all my defenders are ready to stop him because I know he loves to score in that competition and in that stadium. So obviously it's not going to be in a day to score.
And you mentioned that maybe there's some points that you've let slip over the course of the season. You do seem from the outside to have a bit more steel since Mikel Arteta came in. What has he done to change the mindset of the team since he became manager?
This is something he worked every day. When someone's he's not having the good behavior, he's gonna try to put the good one in everybody. And I think this is how he's gonna help all the team to grow up.
One of the stars of the season for you has undoubtedly been Bukayo Saka. You see him day in, day out in training. Do you believe he has the potential to go on and become a world star? How good could he be?
Yeah, I think he has a quality, and the most important thing as well is really smart handball. So it's gonna help him to become a big and great player, I think.
Thank you.
Okay, and finally, Mark from the Press Association.
Hi, Alex. Not long after Mikel first took over, he seemed to opt to pick Eddie Nketiah as his main striker for a while, and you were often on the bench. Did you talk to him a lot during that time, and did he demand things off you that you hadn't seen, or was it just a case of giving you that rest?
No, it was just the managing of the coach. This question you should ask him straight to him, but was just a choice coach.
Did you talk to him about the reasons why he wasn't selecting you at the time?
No, I didn't.
I know there's a lot of talk at the moment about the future of your friend Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, but we asked Mikel a couple of weeks ago about a potential new contract for yourself. Is that something you've spoken to the club about?
No, we didn't talk about this. Me, I'm just playing my games and waiting the end of the season to see how it's gonna be, but we didn't talk about anything.
Does making sure that players like Pierre stay at the club, would that impact on your own decision?
No, because we know Auba has a lot of discussion with the club, and I can't put my future on someone else.
And then just finally, if I could ask you one about another Chelsea player, N'Golo Kante. He was man of the match in the Europa League final last year, having only just been fit. Chances are he's going to be fit this weekend. How do you go about making sure a player like that doesn't dominate the contest?
It's always hard to play against N'Golo because he's one of the best midfielders in the world. But still, we want to play this kind of game and play against the best player in the world to show them that we can do it. So obviously, it's gonna be in a big day, but even if we're gonna win.
Thanks, Alex.
Okay, thanks ever so much, Alex, for your time. Thanks, everyone.
Everyone.
That's really good.
Thank you,
Alex. See you soon.
Thank you. Really appreciate it. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alex. See you soon.